How is everybody doing on this beautiful hump day? Hope you're all doing great. I myself am glad to be off work for a couple of days. Sure, Mr. Shady is glad he's only got one day left. Let's see here. Good morning, Mr. TC Blades. Good morning, Mr. William with the American flags and aliens and googly eyes and peace and the Statue of Liberty. Good morning, Mr. B. Shady. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. Wanna Know Why Knives. Good morning, Mr. Michael. Good morning, Mr. Cliff. We are all caught up. How are you gentlemen doing this morning? Good morning, Mr. Mike John. Thank you for joining us bright and early this morning. Driving to work with about an hour to go. That's a heck of a drive. Hope you don't do that daily. I used to drive an hour to work every day, back and forth. I've actually done that a couple times in my life. I am super excited to be off today. I'm excited to do the mirror polish on the knife tomorrow too. Mike Jones. Let's see here. So, I did something weird last night. I only took one knife to work with me. That is a travesty and should not ever happen. And I'm not happy about it. I've got to share the love to all my knives. And I cannot do that by not taking at least two every night. But I did take my Pena Knives mini diesel and I just cut up a bunch of cardboard this morning with it. As soon as I got home, I went to go grab the trash can from the curb because Tuesday nights are trash nights. Well, Wednesday mornings are trash days. And I had a couple of huge cardboard boxes sitting behind the trash cans for a while now, so I decided to cut them up this morning. So I used this, cut up a bunch of cuts on a bunch of big pieces of cardboard. But I should have taken the second knife. Your commute is about 10 minutes. William, I got to drive 30 minutes. 30 minutes is about as long as I want to go back and forth to work now. Yeah, Michael, I don't usually need more than one, but I like to try to spread the love around and get my fingers on all my knives. That's also why I carry a bunch of other ones that I shoot videos of, because then that lets me go through even more. I decided that I was going to use my day off today to add those last 10 knives from that first case, or last 9 knives, to Blade Vault. So I did not do that yet, but that reminded me that there was a knife I should have carried last night that I've been wanting to carry. And where is that knife? There it is. I should have carried this, my Caveman EDC, yesterday because of the big debacle getting the Bronto. I thought about grabbing this one out of the case before I left, and I just didn't. I was running around trying to do something. You won a budget knife on Unprofessional Dad last night? Oh, that's awesome. Man, y'all are really hooked on watching knife tubers, huh? That's super cool. I need to support the fellow YouTubers a little better. Watch more videos. Your internet is jumping? Yeah, mine I haven't dropped a single frame yet, so I'm good to go this morning. Knock on wood. You just reminded me, William, we're going to start off looking at something that I meant to look at yesterday. You just said you want a Migron. And there's a new one that I need to get to go with my overbuilt Migron collection. And that is one I've been meaning to grab the original of for a long time now, but that's the Nagain. So Migron has released the Nagain again in Vanex. And I've got to get one of those to go with my overbuilt Migrons. 9 1/4 inches overall, 4-inch blade, and only an 8mm blade thickness. I'm hitting up my boy for the hookup on the price on it. I'm going to get the silver blade one, even though I've got the last 2 big ones I've gotten the DLCs on. Because I should have gotten that one a long time ago with the other blade steel. But I'll be happy with Vanex 8mm stick. What is the Thali? While we're over here, let's check out the Thali. Oh yeah, that's the new little crossbar lock they're doing. They've got the Samir has really got the manufacturing process down and got his prices right. The knives he's being able to produce for the price is pretty much unbeatable at the moment. I wish they did a little bit better job of making that forward choil curved. I wish they curved the handle on it. I still don't understand why they don't finish that curve out. Why they want to leave such a hard line. I don't get it. Tons of knife companies do that. Christopher, I've already got a voodoo doll. I've got the real one. I guess you're talking about the clone. No, I'll get my Shrikes way before I get my voodoo doll clone. But I do have the voodoo doll, Christopher. What blade steel is a good candidate for a mirror polish? I think 154 CM is a pretty good. That's a good question, Mr. William. I can't talk this morning. Best stainless knife steel to get a mirror polish on. Fine grain, lower alloy options like 14C, 28N, AEBL, and AUS 8. At Blade Forums, generally agree that highly alloyed or heavy carbide forming stainless steels like S30V or Maximet resist fine finishing because large carbides tear out and scratch the reflective surface. So not S30V or Maximet. CPN 154, it says higher end options that take a great polish if you step through micro abrasions carefully. So, and 440C. So, make sure you get all the scratches out from one grit before you move on to the next one. So, AEBL 14C 28N AUS 8 with an 8CR 13 MOV. But for the better steels, CPM 154 is great. The one I'm doing tomorrow is CPM 154. Good morning, Audio-itis. I was waiting to see you again, good sir. You asked me a question the other day, and I totally forgot to show it on stream. Mike John, I try to keep it that way. It slowly tries to creep in certain comments, but I usually try to not let it. But yes, I agree, Mr. Mike John. It should be, at least. But Mr. Audio-itis, you asked me about a blasting setup, and I didn't answer your question. I started to, and I told you that you needed something that could maintain a good 50 PSI. But what I'm going to suggest for a budget option is this compressor right here, or one similar from Home Depot. You can get another brand. I got mine, I think, for 89 bucks or 99 bucks. Yeah, I think it was 99 bucks. But this one, when it's refilling, the 150 PSI gives it enough pressure that even though it runs a lot, it can still provide the 40 to 50 PSI while refilling. So you don't have to get one with a giant tank. because blasting doesn't take that long anyway, so it doesn't really matter if the compressor kicks on and keeps running while you're finishing your blasting. But this one will provide enough PSI while it's filling up to power a bead blast gun. And then as far as cabinets go, I have the little Vevor 25 gallon cabinet, and it's about the same price. So for about $250 you can get everything you need. So that's what I have, and it works great for me. One thing I will tell you is, when you build this, because it comes in parts, take the time to get all your connections really good and square and seal it up while you're building it. Run a bead of caulk between this connection when you put these screws in, because the tighter you get this box, this metal box, the less media you're going to lose. And you're going to lose some media. And this is just metal on metal with a flanged edge. So run a bead of caulk up through there before you put all those screws in. And do the same with the bottom and the lid. I use that stick-on windows. It comes with some of the foam, like window seal foam, but I bought some extra to run around the gap, because you don't want to lose media, and especially when you start getting into like wanting to get like Zerblast media, because it's like snow. And Zerk is like snow, yeah, and so it gets out. Just be prepared. What I personally do is I have a little vac. Oh, to answer your question, Audiolitis, I use both. So far, I've just used glass beads and aluminum oxide. I haven't got any zirconia media yet, but that's coming soon. But what I do is I have this little cordless shop vac that I bought with that My Vipon site, and it's about this size right here. In fact, it's that exact model. And what I do is I keep the area below around my blasting cabinet super clean, and then I use this to collect all my media and put it back in my cabinet. And these are also awesome to do a change. So if I need to change my media, then I can use this to get it out real quick. Good morning, Mr. Ed. So I keep the area really clean around my blasting cabinet, and then I use that to vacuum it all up and put it back in the cabinet. Sealing it up is super important though. The glove part is fine. The glove part seals up good, but the lid and around the edges, how you feeling, Mr. Ed? They got you figured out? They got you on the proper medication and got you stabilized? Oh, no problem, TC. Yeah, if you keep the area really clean around it and you leave that filter in there, it does a pretty good job. let's see if they got a deal on that My Vipon site. That's where I got mine. Shop vac. Yes. But that one is more expensive than the one that I linked. And it's the same unit. Don't get that one. That's the same exact model. Same latch. Same everything. Same size. And it's $30 more. The one I have, 2.6 gallon shop vac. The one I have is a little orange one. Cordless. Let's see. Yeah, there's that one that popped up. There's a Craftsman. They're all made by the same company. They all basically have the same latches. That's the one I've got. No. Maybe my latches are a little different. I don't know which one I bought. With my skills, being able to find stuff, I should be able to run over to my Amazon account, type in vac. Yeah, here's the one I've got. It's orange, not yellow. That's the one I've got. LIGO 20 volt. It works great. It does exactly what I need it for. Super handy. Ahsoka, good morning. Have you stopped having the mini strokes? Yeah, multi-etch Ahsoka is way better than Wink. You got the Ryobi one? Yeah, I've got Ryobi, everything else. But I found a deal on that one. Oh, let me show y'all what I paid for it. I think I used a code for it. Hold on. Let's see. View order. Yeah, check this out. This is what I got it for. Wow. No wonder I bought it. Because you saw the price on it, right? Check out what I paid for mine. So it was $75.99. I got a $30, I got a half price off promo code. So it brought it down to $34. So I paid $35.78 for that vac. That's why I love those Ahsoka. It should it's gotta, is it not anodizing properly? Is that what you just said? Yeah, that's I've anodized the Cortex XL. In fact, I had that gold one forever. I anodized the exact same knife. So that's weird. Ed, that's good. Changing your diet doesn't hurt nothing. Noel Voodoo drop tomorrow at DLT. All right. Yeah, TC. Hisoka. Yeah, there's go check out Reddit. Those knives have been anodized to death. Let me see. I can't. Hold on. I was going to show you some. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta find a post by a certain person. And I know he's got a bunch of them he's done. Hold on just a second. Yeah, so tons of those knives have been done. I've done one a couple of times at least. I think you might not be getting it etched properly. Could be part of your problem. I'm trying to find a Cortex. Because lots of them have been done. Yeah, here you go. This is one he did. And it's definitely all titanium. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you must have got a bad one somehow. I was just trying to help. I didn't know you'd gone through all that. Good morning, Brown Sugar. All right, the Voodoo is dropping tomorrow, someone said. Dropping August 13th. Wow, they got all the versions, huh? Oh, that's the Voodoo doll. I thought you meant the Voodoo. You said the Voodoo, didn't you? No, you said Voodoo doll. I didn't pay attention to what you said. Why are they dropping so many of them? Oh, because they did the pre-order. I get it now. They did the pre-order on their website. And I guess since they sold out all those, are the prices the same? let's see, $3.89. $3.89, yep. Got some custom cracked ice on your orbital knives. Oh, that's pretty cool. How small is too small, Christopher? I'll grab mine out of here and I'll compare it to the yeah, that's gorgeous, Sever. I'll grab mine out of here and I can compare it to the Mini Cortex for you. So it's quite a bit bigger than the Mini Cortex. Yeah, Hasoka, I'd like to see pictures of that. That sounds crazy. I would have never thought they would have skimped and put together some knives without real titanium. In fact, that's something that you should make a post about and address with them. Call them out. If they're making knives without real full titanium, should be grade 6. Or, I mean, grade, whatever. 6-4 ALV2 or whatever. 6 ALV2. Ah, good grief. But yeah, you ought to call them out about that if they're not using titanium. How much did you have to pay for that knife, Sever? For the mod? Or did somebody do it to you for free? That's a cool knife too. Oh, that's awesome, Sever. He did the blade and all, huh? That's pretty wild. Alright, first link I had for today, I think I just clicked on it a second ago, is the new Winter Blade Co. OTF. And it's going through the testing phase. I'm not sure what kind of mechanism he has in it, but it's got 2 buttons. Which is kind of weird. No, mister. So, does anybody know what the mechanism is on this? It says longevity test equals pass. More magic and sorcery from the Great Wizard Winterblade. I didn't know anything about an OTF. But seems to be in the works. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, that reminds me. New knife day. Let's see, where's that at? Mr. Aaron picked up one of the new fusions, and I really like it too. That's a good looking knife. I like it because it's got a different blade than the Factors. Finally. I'm glad he's branching off and going to make some semi-regular type knives. Because that's a good looking knife. The Sage 6 isn't bad either. I was trying to catch up on chat, see what's going on. People thought the giveaway was rigged. Is that what you're talking about? I showed that one link on the stream the other day, Cliff. That Derby City Blades one. Alright. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I saw that the guy chopping the tree down popped up on my feed too. Mr. Cliff. That's always fun. The chainmail and the... Oh, this reminds me of another funny video that I saw. The way he was flipping it around there. There's a video of a guy checking out sword that scares the employee. It probably won't find it. Dang it. But that's what happens in the video. There's a video of this guy swinging a sword around in like a showroom. And you can tell that the guy that works there is totally freaked out. He's like, yeah, he's scared. I can't remember. I wish I knew that. That's one of the links I should have shared, but it was just a funny video. And it had to do with swords, so I don't really usually talk about sword stuff. But talking about knife makers, we need to hear what he's got to say here. Get some knowledge from Mr. Tough Knives.
Hey guys, Tough Knives here. So I'm just going to give you an update on what I'm working on. I'm working on two Vault 26s. If you guys have been following me for a long time, you'll know about the Vault knives. One of them was say about 17 inches long. It was a crazy one. But I've always liked the Vault, and it's always kind of evolved over the years. So this one, I'm kind of bringing it back for this build. Doing two of these because it's a very special build.
I really like that one.
Kind of some testing on this one. So a little bit more crazy. But another reason I want to show this is kind of for the flat platinum on my grinder. I had a customer actually reach out and was nice enough to send me a piece of tempered glass for my platinum. And I've always been a huge fan of the tempered glass on there because it makes the grinds so much nicer. And you can see with this grind, you know, it's very nice.
That's a gorgeous knife.
It's exactly what I want. Sometimes
Dang it,
the
man.
steel platinum on there, you know, gets a little wiggly and little bumps and bruises in it, and that glass, you glue it on there and it definitely it takes all the
Good morning, Mr.
trouble out
Robin.
of a nice flat grind, kind of makes it more even and everything. But with this one, see, I'm going to be putting these big ass pivots on here. This one's going to be solid. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I have no idea
No
yet.
need to be
I got
sorry,
some of this in the
Cliff.
mail. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of titanium. I was thinking maybe put this on there. I don't know. Something
I was just
interesting
mentioning
for,
we looked at it
for
a few
this
days
knife.
ago.
For my buddy, and he's a very trusted customer of mine, and I want to make it special for him as well as the other.
That's
one
a
here.
sick knife.
But I want to have some fun with this guy. But yeah, this is the Vault 26. I like the profile. I think it looks nice. I'm debating whether I like this notch or not. I mean, it's a nice little spot for your finger. It looks kind of aggressive and cool.
I wish it was
Strider look to it.
leveled out though.
But yeah, thumb stud's got a placeholder.
Wish it was
in
just
right
a
now.
harpoon.
It's gonna be something interesting on the thumb stud there. But yeah, I might put some kind of vents in here or something. I don't know.
Cool
But,
pivot
yeah,
collar
guys,
area too.
Showing off this Vault 26, and definitely a play off of the Vaults in Fallout, my favorite game of all time.
Awesome grind on that blade too. B's blades are MC. Waiting on an MC. Cliff, I don't know why Co-Bunny quit coming. I hope it wasn't something I said. Mitchell, good morning, sir. That was Tough Knives. Want to know why knives? You're almost at work. Oh, that's good. All right, next link I had was a David Lespect. Watching him work, seeing how he lines up stuff is pretty cool. It's got that definite blade shape he likes. The back of his blades are different than a lot of knives. Very interesting. Where the lock engages, shaped a little different than most makers. Yeah, Mitchell. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know he was sick for a while. So maybe he just hadn't been getting up as early. Or staying up all night. One of the two. Seeing how David Lespect works is cool though. And then Vero is coming out with this one. This Friday. It's the Avid 3. I knew there was going to be a line of these when he put out the first one. 10 configurations to choose from, including models under $200. So I knew he was going to come out with more Avids when he came out with that first one. So I'm glad to see it, is what I'm saying, I guess. I think it's a good size knife. And I like the cut out of the corner, of course, because it keeps the clean lines of the knife. So flipper tabs in that cutout corner is alright with me. The plain tie one looks the best to me. Y'all wouldn't have guessed that, would you? I'm trying to get a good look at that flipper tab. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't stick out past the handle at all. His cutouts in the blades are the perfect size too. They that Vero notch is pretty good, pretty good. I was trying to actually find my Vero. I don't see it. There's my taipan. Aha. But yeah, his the cutout he does in the blade is perfect. It's the perfect depth. It's a great size. It works great. And he's got a definite style to his knives. They all kind of look the same. But he cut off that corner and put a flipper tab. Actually, he didn't cut off much of the corner. It's already there. Yeah, it's just basically like a smaller version of this with a flipper tab. Oh, you got a Synapse? I almost bought the clone of that. Mitchell, you got the Galoti in? We were just looking at Migrons earlier. I'm gonna try to get one of the new Nagain. Come on, tight fingers. You got the which one? What'd you say it was? The Veloxy, the Galati. What is the Galati? Ah, that looks like the Reich. Dang, you got a nice one, huh? Which version did you get? I think you might have got this one. You're not impressed? Good morning, Nick. Okay. Feels like a Protect, but it's shaped like a Vero. I got you. Oh, you would have got that one, but this one was cheaper? Robin, Yeah, did you see that Mr. asked a question? I'm not sure that he knew there was software that could do this. But he asked if AI could convert an STL file to a CAD file. And I put it in really quick and put your knife STL in and said, can you convert this STL file into a CAD file? And this is what AI said. It said, yes, I can do it. And so it said the file is readable, blah, blah, blah. And then it checked the model and it said the STL was in good shape. It didn't have, it was a watertight mesh. So the problems I've had in the past is having to repair STL files when some of the triangles don't match up. But your AI did a good job in making it. So it didn't have to repair it. And then it made it was very large because, anyway, it made a solid one. And then here's me viewing the solid CAD file that it created. It took your STL and made a CAD file, and the meshes look great. So I was checking that out on my phone last night. And then I saved the step file for CAD. Oh, so you redid the model and made a folder? Because I was looking at the blade being all one piece. Did you just cut the blade? Oh no, you remodeled it, huh? A little bit. Nice. You're on your way now. I hope to see lots of these videos from now on. TC Blades, there's a program called Fast STL Viewer on Android. I'm not sure on iPhones. I have an Android. But on your phone, there's a few STL and CAD viewers. The one I use DWG Fast View. Hold on just a second, I'll show you. It's a free version, which kind of sucks, but
I bought a bathroom organizer from AliExpress.
Oh, great.
It helps keep the bathroom tidy.
Got a stupid ad.
A lot of space for storing daily essentials. There are currently plenty of offers.
Where's
at
the X?
AliExpress. Any 3 items for 99 cents with free shipping. Hurry up and
My God,
click the link to download the video.
that program sucks. Come on, give me the X. Fast STL Viewer, though. Here's the one. It'll load up here in a second. Here's the one I was using. So it just shows you, it renders. It'll show you STL files or whatever you want to look at. And you can go in as deep as you want to go. But Fast STL Viewer, and there's different CAD model software. If you want to do it on your phone, that's an easy way. Fusion 360, of course, and AutoCAD. And there's some free ones too. Yeah, SketchUp is very easy, and I've shown the one. My goodness. Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a really easy way. It's made by Autodesk. Let me get logged in. Hold on just a second. Now it's asking me for a code from Autodesk. Let me import his STL file. And we'll look at it. Hold on, let me get logged. What the heck happened? Alright. Tinker. 3D design. Start tinkering. Hold on just a second. Let me get you back over there. So Tinkercad is free. How do you start a new one? Your designs. Where in the heck is new one? Start tinkering. That's what I just clicked. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to go into one of these and delete the model and import it. We were messing around one day on stream. I was showing this. Let me import his file. Import. See what this knife file looks like. Oh, it was in the upper right. All right. Remember how to move around in this. Yeah. There's the knife. Let me rotate it. What am I doing here? I don't know what. I can't see. Let's see. La-di-da. Oops. Can't remember what I'm doing here. Oh, there we go. I was trying to get it up in the middle of the air where we could see it a little better. That's a cool knife. It's got a lot of... It added curves everywhere. Holy cow. Every texture is curved. It's pretty wild. Yeah, On Shape is another good one. Oh, well. And if anybody wants to hit me up offline, I can hook you up with CAD software without you having to pay thousands of dollars for it, possibly. So yeah, hit me up if you want some software to use to practice on. Alright, let me go back to my links here. Next, after the Vero, I had this one. New Edgy Blade Works Fractal. I know quite a few of you have seen that. But for the others that haven't, it's the year of the big clip. I'm telling you. Giant clip, or that bulbous shaped clip, is making a comeback. Seen it on lots of knives. That is about as drastic as I want him to go with the blades. When he starts doing all the craziness, it gets a little too much for me, but that's just enough edgy blade works. Man, that thing sliced good, I guarantee you. Great action. Yep, cool knife. Alright, then I had this one. Somebody actually bought one of those chests that we were talking about. Check it out. Somebody bought one of those old and it's just as perfect as I thought it would be. And what's pretty wild is I ran across an ancient Chinese one right after this. That's cool that they got dividers. That's awesome. So hopefully I'll be able to, that link for the Chinese one should be coming up soon. If y'all didn't see this new Meads knife, it's super clean. With the way he did that silver around the shield. And that's more of that black lip mop. So yeah, that thing's beautiful. Just showing off his skills. Talk about good fit and finish. Man, the walk and talk looks great too. Nice. Alright, that was 7. This is 8. It's the new limited edition Bogey. Popped up on my feed. We've looked at it, I believe. Pretty cool looking knife. The forward choil looks nice and flat. Looks like it'd be comfy. Goes right into the blade like I like. So that's cool. Like that blade shape too. Like the jimping. The jimping looks really good on it. Looks aggressive and bitey. Just enough holes. It doesn't have too many holes. Got a good solid back spacer. Nested liner lock. Action looks sick. Yeah, that knife looks nice. Alright, that was number 8. Let's see, what's number 9? That Chinese one's got to be coming up soon. This was another Dalibor Bergam showing off. That thing is super sick. I mean, at the top end of flashy. Soul authorship maiden. One of a kind maiden. Dalibor Bergam maiden. Maiden. I don't know that I've seen a maiden. Every screw is hidden. Facebook Reels. Alright. That was number 9. This is number 10. We got to be coming up to that Chinese one. Dang it. Here's another super clean, mirror polished Russian or Ukrainian fixed blade. Mammoth molar probably in the middle there. I'm guessing. Yeah, it's got to be molar. I'm telling you, man, some of these foreign makers, he's got to be Russian. There's that handle. Oh, here's the assembly of it. Pretty sick. We might have looked at that one the other day. Oh, look at the locating pins he's got. That's super clean. Did y'all notice that? That bottom piece has a locating pin. So does the other one. So they won't get out of line at all. They can't get out of line. Wow. Talk about clean. And there's 2 more pins. Man. Skills. Got it perfectly lined up too, just about. The screw. I'm sure he can crank it on down and get it perfect. But yeah. Beautiful. Morning, Dan Stan. If Dan Stan came in. Yeah, if y'all don't mind smashing that like button while we got a few people here, it'd be awesome. Give a like for that beautiful knife. And here we finally get to see this thing finished. We've been looking at that dragon head forever. And now we get to see the entire thing. That reminds me, I'm going to try to shoot a video of that mirror next, and I'm going to try to set up a good station with some cool lighting and a cool background. And I bought one of those little rotating turntables, and I'm going to try to do some cool shots with some lighting, maybe some candlelight, with fully black everywhere else. Maybe some infrared light and some different color LEDs, some flicker, you know, like fireplace looking light. But I got one of the little turntables, and I'm going to cover it all up where you can't see it. Seeing that stand made me think of that. So yeah, I'm going to try to get to that on my day off, either today or tomorrow. But anyway, let's see, let me go back. We got to be right at the, yeah, here it is. So check out how cool this is. This is a traditional Chinese old-fashioned lockers, 100-box cabinet. So this one wouldn't be as good for knives as the other one, but it's still a super cool cabinet that the Chinese have over there. I've not seen one like that here in the States with that middle part, but all those triangle drawers in the middle are super cool. Another super cool cabinet. See you later, William. Have a good day at work, buddy. All right. That is all I had for today. So, it's up to y'all now what we talk about. We are going to do the mirror polish on the big knife, on this knife tomorrow. I'm going to try to get it. I haven't even taken this one apart yet because I was scared to mess up the action because of how perfect it is. But I'm going to have to do it. I haven't decided whether I'm going to try to mirror polish the handle too. I might. Because then I can always bead blast it back. But I definitely got to finally take this one apart. It's cool because it's got this different little cutout over here. And, oh yeah, and it's got a reversible pocket clip. So there's it's got a little hexagon shape, which is cool too. I posted one of these for sale if somebody else wanted one. The guy sells them on Blade Binge. And I knew somebody else had been asking about it. So I was going to tell y'all that he posts one. He keeps them going on Blade Binge. Whenever he sells one, he waits a week or so, and then he lists another one. They're $225 for a Riot OEM 4.33 inch 154 cm blade knife, which you really can't beat for that price, especially with how great everything is. It's got a T10 pivot and T8 screws. It's a well-built Riot knife. It's the LS2 from LS Knives. They made a LS1, but it's a little shorter. I think it's a little stumpier or something. It's not much shorter. What do they call it? You talking about the LS2? They call it the LS2. Yeah, it's one of 300. Yeah, I like that blade. I don't know what's up with the handle on it though, Sever. And the blade gets a little too skinny at the end. I like it closed, but the open, I don't know, it's just something weird about it. Looks alright. I like the compound grind, but I wish the blade didn't taper down so much at the front. Clean knife. It matters how it looks closed. Clip looks good on it. I like the inlay. It's not bad. But this blade, it tapers. You can tell there's too much up here at the front flipper area, and it slants way down at the front up here. I just wish they gave it a little more blade at the front. Cool knife though. And yeah, the LS Knives is one of 300. Where does it say that? Yeah, one of only 300 made. That's the minimum quantity that Riot will make for you. It's 300. I don't know where the number is on it. Since I haven't taken it apart, I haven't seen a number anywhere. I don't think there's a number on the box. I wouldn't really say it's a limited edition because they didn't number them individually probably. But when you only order 300 of a certain knife from Riot, I guess they're all limited one of 300. So it's just something extra you can kind of add. Oh, I did get those extra 3 little Dremel pad things in yesterday. So we'll be using those tomorrow with the 3,000, 15,000, and the 80,000 grit diamond paste. I don't know where my 80,000 is. I've got a bunch. Does anybody need any of the 15,000? I need to give this away on a giveaway because I've got 3 of the 15,000s and this one's brand new in the box. I've got the 80,000 somewhere. It must be on the floor. I knock stuff off this desk all the time and it falls over on the floor on the other side of it. Hold on, let me look. I don't actually see it over there, but it's around here somewhere. Have to make sure I find it before tomorrow. It probably fell in the box with my sander and all that equipment. I don't know where it went. Ah, there it is. Ain't got to worry about finding it for tomorrow, but there's the 80,000 grit. Yes, want to know wives, anyone can have a sticker. Just give me your address and I'll send you a sticker. Oh, on the sticker news, I did reach out to that company and ask them. Yeah, I said I would send one to anybody. Want to know why knives? Don't get your panties in a bunch. See you later, TC. But I did reach out to the company that I got the stickers from, and because I was curious about the size deal. Because most of the companies, when you buy stickers and they say they're 3-inch stickers, they mean along the longest edge. And they did these whenever you order from this company. 3 inches is from side to side. So this one is like 4.5 inches tall. So I went ahead and ordered some new ones, more. I ordered more. And the size I bought more of is this size right here. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna cut out. I'm gonna show you all the difference between the ones I have and the ones I'm getting. And you can get a lot more for the same price. I mean, for a less price. Alright. So the size of the ones I ordered to replace these, because I wanted some that were a little smaller, because that's a pretty big sticker. So I ordered some more that will be delivered Saturday that are this size. They are 2 inches by 3 inches. So the 3 inches up here, so this one at the widest point is pretty close to 3 inches somewhere in here. So that's how big the new ones will be. I bought 100 of those too. And that's a much better size, I think. I didn't cut that out too square. Actually, how did I make it all curvy? That's weird. Alright, there we go. A little bit better of a squaring off job. Yeah, getting paid to be on YouTube is pretty awesome. Yeah, it's 4.5 inches, Nick. I put one on a water bottle. That'll be a good size, though. Those were only 30 cents each. Yeah, I know it, Mitchell. YouTube's been trying to screw me. I went backwards on my... I lost subscribers. They don't want me to hit... Oh yeah, Nick, the quality is awesome. Like the texture, you can even see the like patchwork in that in those gold letters. You see how it's like sewn? It's got the texture, but the texture looks super good on it, all of it. Yeah, they do a great job. They make motorcycle kits, and they had the printer to do motorcycle wrapping, basically to wrap a motorcycle. So they started off by doing that, and since they bought the machine, yeah, I made it to where I can get a patch made. And I am going to get a patch made. I just haven't yet. But the texture on it is all patch. Even the knives, everything on it. But yeah, I don't know why they don't want me to hit 3K. And if y'all haven't seen, let's go over there. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but just yesterday on my YouTube it started to pop up, and maybe it's because I run a channel or have a channel or something, but it said that YouTube is changing its policy. If I type that in, sure it'll come up 1 day ago, 23 hours ago. YouTube's new monetization rules mean the clock is ticking. Lots of people 14 hours ago. They just doubled the monetization requirements 1 hour ago.
So,
see what he says.
YouTube essentially just doubled the requirements to get into the core YouTube Partner Program. I am not so sure about this. In fact, I felt so strongly about it, I had to make a video informing you as to why this is such a big deal, including a very gentle warning for YouTube themselves. So first, their official blog post. This was published just yesterday. They're outlining various updates here, but I'm gonna start with this section right here. Creators who have 10 million qualified Shorts views over the last 90 days will be eligible for ads and
doing more
subscription
reviews
revenue
again,
sharing
Nick.
on Shorts. And then, channels below this threshold remain in YouTube Partner Program and continue earning on long-form content, but Shorts revenue is turned off. Reading between the lines here, Shorts revenue automatically resuming once they cross 10 million views again. Followed by this. In addition to the above threshold, creators who meet the following criteria and are accepted into the YouTube Partner Program have additional benefits, including revenue sharing from ads and YouTube Premium, with the new requirements being 1,000 subscribers, the same as before, and 8,000 watch hours in the last 12 months, up from the previous 4,000, or 20 million qualified YouTube Shorts views in the last 90 days, up from the previous 10 million. Now, as I've looked at this, I spent a few hours delving into this and watching all of the official YouTube publications on this. As such, it's possible I've still missed a thing here or there, but I've also been paying attention to the sentiment of creators like you and me. Nate Ritchie, the YouTube liaison, and the YouTube VP of Creator Product.
Anyway, they just changed the game. You know, I got in about 10 years too late. So anybody that came in after me, I feel sorry for you. Yeah, I think I'm going to carry the caveman today since I couldn't get that Bronco. I think that's going in my pocket. In fact, it just went in my pocket. And then we might as well take this one apart. I need a T8 and a T10. Let's see. I got a T10 over here in my other, in my backpack, and I take to work. Where's my T10 screwdriver? Dang it! Got all kinds of stuff in here. Loctite. And some more. Alright, which one is a T10? Probably this one. Hopefully that one. Is this the pivot? Yep, that's the pivot. Alright. Yeah, this clip attaches from the inside. Gotta get this blade out to mirror polish it tomorrow. No Loctite. Like to see that. Make sure to always open your blades before you take your knives apart too. Because if you don't, you're likely to scrape the blade against the scale after you remove the pivot screw. So it might sound dangerous, but it's not. simply because your blade won't scratch against your scales if you do it in that order. All right, I like that. I like every bit of that. Wow. That's super nice. It is one of those ones that's together. I usually have a hotel key laying over here next to me, but I don't see it at the moment. Dang it. Need to grab one of these little, I'll use one of these little triangles. Man, there's no gap anywhere there. All it took was just a little persuasion. All right, so what do we got in here? We've got a giant stop pin that came out in the other side of the scales. Big old stop pin, boy. We've got the clip attached by one screw on this side and the insert attached on one screw on this side. I don't see any limiting 1 of 300 numbers. It's got the double row. Nice. These are great bearings. These double row ones, Green Thorn uses a lot of those. That is a blade stop. So the stop pin, okay. So don't do a choil mod on this knife, because the stop pin hits the choil. This is not actually, this is the open stop pin and this is the closed stop pin, and they're both, that one's in there super tight. That's basically all I need to do. But I do want to see how this little hexagon piece, has it got T8 everywhere? That looks like a T8, but no, must be a T6. Really? What did I do? Oh, I switched over. My goodness, it is a T8. I meant to leave that T10 in that other screwdriver. So this is the little hexagon piece that lets you flip the clip. Oh, that's pretty cool. About to lose that screw. Yeah, that's super cool. So the clip locates itself with a 6-sided piece. That's awesome. I love that little plug. I wonder if it only goes in one way. Nope. It went in that way. That was probably the one way. I'm gonna put it back in before I appreciate when manufacturers make a way for lefties. And this is one of the coolest ones I've seen with that little hexagon. Leave it up to Riot. Put that bearing. So normally what I do, a lot of times if I'm going to be having a knife where I'm working on the blade for a while, I will put both bearings back on it. I will push it back together, and that way you can have everything sandwiched back the way it was and not lose any parts while you're working on a blade. So I basically Just took the blade out and left everything else back in its place. And so that's a good tip to, well, make sure you don't strip your screws. Always go backwards till you feel them drop in. Right there. I think. Yeah, that was it. So that's a good way to keep up with all your parts. So now nothing can happen to any of those. They're all back together, and we just have the blade that we're going to work on. Put back up my little tools. And man, that little ratchet kit that I bought from AliExpress, I've never had any kind of bits fit in something as tight as this thing does. So you can't put the bits in this this bigger side. They won't go in the big side. It's got the little dial that lets you rotate, you know, with your finger. So it's got the big black dial that lets you turn it to get it, you know, finger tight. But you can't put the bits in on that side. They all have to go in on this side. But when you put a bit in here, it has one of the most positive, like, I don't know how they, like, I keep looking for something to push on to make it easier to get the bit out. Like, I thought maybe you pushed on this whole thing, but no, it's just that tight. But, I mean, it is super hard to get. I wonder if they have some kind of, they got something going on. I've never felt anything that holds a bit in that tight. Like, I cannot pull that out unless I yank on it. But anyway, these things are awesome to reach into tight areas. Like if you've ever worked on getting screws out of a dash in a car, to be able to come in at something that's real low and get a screw out, like these are awesome. But yeah, I got this one for like $8 on AliExpress, and it's nice. I've tested out the little mechanism to see if it's cheap, it's gonna break. I tried to put some strain on it yesterday. I kept rolling it. So anyway, just giving my thoughts on something I got from AliExpress. No real shockers there. New sticker size, old sticker size. We're gonna try to get this thing shiny tomorrow. All right. Sever, I've got a voodoo doll. I've already shown it twice this video. Here's the third time. But no, to answer your question, I've got all the Knoll knives now. I've got one of all of them. He let me get in on the pre-order before they were out, before they released them on DLT. But yeah, I've got them all. I couldn't see if anything else said anything. Where's my lighter? Ever evolving daily carry. Good morning. Welcome. Yeah, I finally got my my R2. I got the version I wanted too. The S type or whatever. The Voodoo doll is just tiny bit bigger, smaller than the Grace. No. And you know that's why I waited the longest, because I already had a R1 before I bought the R2. And other than just being able to reverse flick it in the groove and the jimping, let's see. The jimping is a little better. Let's look at the backs of them. Even the backs don't look any different. Yeah, I waited forever to get this one because I already had this one. And I was like, why am I buying it just for that blade cutout? Not really a reason to. The swedges, I mean, the flats are the same pretty much. It looks like this flat might go a little longer down, but the contouring on the handles, exactly the same. The pivot actually sits out more on the R2. I don't know if you can see that. You see how far it's sticking out? It's actually more flush on the R1. You see that? Both sides are more flush. So, in all honesty, I mean, it is a super clean little collar, pivot collar area. But as far as feel, I would rather it not stick out like that, honestly. But yeah, the Raiden doll is a good size knife. When you use that forward choil, my fingers fit on it perfect. If I don't, it's one of those 3.5 where I kind of want to just leave the fourth finger off. I mean, I guess it's 3.5 because half my finger's hanging off, but when you choke up on it, it feels really good. Whereas I can get 4 fingers easy behind the pivot on the full size Voodoo. And then the Vandal is even bigger. It's just like the big brother with a different blade shape, different body type. This is the captain of the football team, big brother. It's cut. And these are the two pudgy little step brothers. I like the shape of, I love my compound grinds on my blades, and that Vandal does have a sick blade. Looks like it's already got a spot. Or something on it. That came off. Yeah, that is pretty awesome seeing Sever's knife pop up everywhere. Yeah, that sucks that you got a fake titanium Cortex XL. I definitely anode this one and took it back with multi-etch. But I had the backspacer and the clip totally purple on this one, and it was gold. But yeah, Hisoka sucks. I want to see the pictures of how that. You know, you can pit titanium if you leave it in the wink too long, and it leaves a bad surface finish. But I'm taking your word for it that you know you've done enough anno to know it's not real or something. But you need to definitely call that out, because they're supposed to be nice titanium. Everyone I've gone to work on has acted like nice titanium. Yeah, I don't know. That's totally weird. Yeah, I meant to give you. Thank you for saying something again, so I can make you a mod. Because you've been here long enough, and you hang out in all the right places. I saw a super cool chopped knife the other day. What was it? It might have been a smock. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it. It was on Reddit, I'm quite sure. But I think it could have been flyaway tuna. Robin, you might have seen the same one I did, or maybe that's who did it. That sounds very familiar. But I don't see the knife in question. I've got one of those titanium little chopped bug outs. I was trying to see if I saw. That's a good one. First knife I ever chopped for Throwback Thursday. Yeah, that's super awesome. Huh. I don't think it was that one. I don't know if that one's even chopped. It might have been that one. That chopped shaman looks good though. Chopping knives is fun. Yeah, Michael, it was a Yojimbo. That's exactly what it was. And it was a Yojimbo, not a Yojumbo. Alright, hold on. Let me look, see if I can find it now on Reddit. Chopped Yo Jimbo. I don't think this was the post I saw, but this post will do. Yeah, that's not the post I saw because I didn't see a comparison. That's that Wells Blade Works. We've looked at him, I believe. Yeah, we definitely have. Oh, that's the one somebody... That's the guy that has the custom starting at 300 or something. That's a Open L number 9 liner lock rehandle in red micarta. That's cool. I didn't know Open L made liner locks. Now you got me down a whole different rabbit hole. I didn't even pay attention. Do they? Oh no, he took the blade then. That's even cooler. Because it says liner lock rehandle. But I don't even think they make liner lock, do they? I don't know. Maybe in just that one model. Yeah, does it have the nail nick still on it? That'll tell us everything we need to know. No, it doesn't look like it has the nail nick. So that's got to be a real Open L. He just redid the handles. Good morning, Lurking Pete. All right, why can't I find that knife? Why is that? Because it didn't have the nail nick on it, so it had to be an original Open L knife. That's so weird. I mean, I get the idea of getting new handles put on it, but that blade came like that. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Sever, but you see how that blade doesn't have the nail nick? So that blade does not have the nail nick up here, and it's not shaped like an Open L number 9. And he doesn't say anything about reblade, he just says rehandle. So the Open L number 9, the blade has a nail nick up there in the edge, unless he, unless he ground out the nail nick, but I don't think so with how clean the blade looks. It's probably just a special edition knife. That's why the guy spent so much money on an Open L, because you can't get an Open L liner lock. Like, why can I not find that knife? It says no liner lock. So weird. He must have ground off the nail nick or something, or reshaped the blade. Open-L just sells blades? Okay. How do you order a Open-L blade by itself? Because I know I've got that Mora blade. Mora does the same thing. I've got that one sitting right over here. So Mora does that. But I didn't know Open-L did that. Open-L knife blade only. They all have that nail nick. That's just the weird, that's the part that's throwing me off. Because I know Mora does that, because I've got one of those. Might have to hit up Open-L and see how much you can buy a blade for. Bon appetit. Maybe they slim folding knives. They've all got that same lock. Oh well, I don't know the answer. I'm going to hit them up though and try to figure it out. Sounds like a good place to end today. Yeah, this is the guy though, Wells Blade Works, that does the, I believe, yeah, we looked at it one day and we decided that that's the kind of one, the customs he makes starting at $300. My books are open. He has a website too, somewhere. Maybe that was a different guy. I don't know. We talk about a lot of different makers. Could have sworn we've been to his site though. We've definitely looked at his page before, but maybe that was... Oh, you got one. That's what we looked at. You had one that you showed a video of. And it was a two-tone one, kind of like that. Now I remember. Alright, hope everybody has a great hump day. Come back tomorrow and we'll mirror polish up this blade. If you need me, you know how to find me. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, you should. Cool place to hang out. We'll start putting all these Knoll knives back up, and I've actually got to enter those other 9 knives into Blade Vault today. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done today. I need to finish grinding on the big fixed blade. It's becoming a pain in the butt to get those bevels right, especially since I don't know what I'm doing. Anybody that I have your address, I'm going to just send you a new sticker. So if I've ever dealt with you in the past, be looking in your mailbox for a new sticker. I'm going to go around and collect all, since I can fit them inside just a regular envelope. It'll only cost me the cost of a stamp and the cost of the sticker. That's the cost of the game. Anyway, I do appreciate each and every one of you more than you'll ever realize. And thank you for hanging out with me every morning. And we will do